Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel today. In this series of IGCSE or O-Level Islamiat series, we are going to go through and learn briefly about Surah Al-Fatiha, the first Quranic passage, which most likely comes in the paper 1 of question 1. So let's get started. Surah Al-Fatiha is often called the heart of the Quran. It is recited in every unit of Salah, the prayer, making it essential in a Muslim's daily life. Known for its eloquent structure and deep significance, Surah Al-Fatiha is more than just a prayer. It's a guidance to our relationship with Allah and our path in life. Surah Al-Fatiha is the opening chapter of the Quran. It is also central to all Islamic teachings. It is recited in every unit known as the Rak'ah of Salah. It encompasses themes of guidance, praise, and supplication. Structure of Surah Al-Fatiha consists of 4 main themes. The first theme is praise to Allah. The second theme is mercy of Allah. The third theme is worship and dependence. The fourth theme is seeking guidance. Surah Al-Fatiha begins with praise. All praise is due Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. This verse acknowledges Allah as the ultimate creator, the sustainer of everything in the universe. By praising Him, we recognize His greatness and His continuous care for all creation. It serves as a reminder that every blessing we enjoy is from Him. The next verse introduces us to one of Allah's most comforting attributes, the most merciful, the most compassionate. This double emphasis on mercy underlines Allah's boundless compassion for His creation. He forgives, understands, and is always ready to show kindness. For Muslims, this verse brings a sense of hope and reassurance of Allah's constant forgiveness and support. In Surah Al-Fatiha, we also make a powerful declaration. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. This verse is a pledge to devotion and reliance. We affirm that Allah is the only one worthy of worship, and He alone can truly provide assistance in our lives. It is a reminder that while we may seek help from others, ultimate reliance is always on Allah. One of the most heartfelt prayers in this surah is for guidance. Guide us to the straight path. This plea seeks direction towards a righteous life, one that pleases Allah. It's a request for moral and spiritual clarity, asking Allah for the wisdom to make choices that lead us towards goodness and the strength to follow the path of righteousness. The following Quranic references are particularly used for students as they prepare for Part A and Part B questions on the themes of Surah Al-Fatiha. These references can be incorporated to answer questions on basic beliefs and the role of worship in Islam. Now, following are the Quranic references which you can use in the Part A of question 1. Number 1, Tawhid. Tawhid means oneness of Allah. In Surah Ikhlas, Allah says, "Say He is Allah, who is one. Allah, the eternal refuge." This aligns with Surah Al-Fatiha's Lord of all worlds, the first ayah, emphasizing Allah's uniqueness and sovereignty. Number 2, mercy of Allah. In Surah Al-Araf, Allah says, "My mercy encompasses all things." This is connected to the entirely merciful, the spatially merciful, the third ayah in Surah Al-Fatiha. The third reference which you can use in the Part A of question 1 is guidance as a core belief. Surah Al-Baqarah. This is the book about which there is no doubt a guidance for those conscious of Allah. This ayat reflects the plea for guidance in the Guide Us to the Straight Path, the 6th ayah of Surah Al-Fatiha. Number 4 is related to the Day of Judgment. Surah Al-Infitar. The day when a soul will not possess for another soul power to do so anything. This ayah is linked to the Master of the Day of Judgment, the 4th ayah of Surah Al-Fatiha, highlighting the Allah's authority on that day. Following are the references for part B of question 1. Number 1. Purpose of worship, the ibadah. In Surah Al-Dahirat, the 51st surah and the 56th ayat, "And I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me." In this ayah, this corresponds to "You alone we worship," the 5th ayah of Surah Al-Fatiha. Number 2. Seeking Allah's help. In Surah Al-Furqan, the 25th surah, Allah says, "And rely upon the ever-living who do not die." This reflects the reliance expressed in "And you alone we ask for help," the 5th ayah of Surah Al-Fatiha. Number 3. Guidance through worship. Surah Al-An'am, the 6th surah of Quran, says, "And moreover, this is my path, which is straight, so follow it." This ayah supports the supplication in the 6th ayah of Surah Al-Fatiha, "Guide us on the straight path," as a part of worship. Number 4. Righteousness in worship. In Surah Al-Bayyinah, the 98th surah and the 5th ayat, Allah says, "And they were not commanded except to worship Allah, being sincere to Him in religion." This relates to the sincerity expressed in Surah Al-Fatiha's verses on worship and guidance. Surah Al-Fatiha as a whole teaches us how to communicate with Allah. It's a prayer that beautifully combines gratitude, hope, dependence, and guidance. Through this chapter, we understand that our lives should revolve around worshiping Allah, seeking His mercy, and striving for His guidance. Thank you for joining us in exploring Surah Al-Fatiha. In the next video, we'll continue this journey through the 15 selected Quranic passages. Do not forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with more insights from the Quran.